My nose itches like right there. Hi, I'm Kate and welcome to my channel. So I'm super excited. I just got in the new Nomad palette, the America's Parks palette. Now I wasn't expecting to get this until tomorrow. Today's Friday. I was expecting it to arrive Saturday, but it actually arrived yesterday. So I'm super excited. It is the newest addition to my Nomad collection. So the first palette that I actually picked up was the Iceland palette. I absolutely fell in love with their formula and their themes. After that, I picked up the Shanghai and the Tokyo palettes. And now the America's Parks palette. So of course you know that I bought this basically because of this column right here. I love greens. There's some really cool like marbly shades in there. The shimmers are the usual beautiful Nomad formula. I'm getting ready for my last day of work for a while. Students were done as of yesterday, but today I still get to go in and pack up my classroom, wrap some things up. So I'm not 100% sure what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna go off camera, prime my eyes, fill in my brows, and I'll be back. I'm not quite sure where I wanna start. Maybe I'll just do a really simple shape with a cut crease today. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the lightest green, which is Everglades up here, and just start putting that in the crease. I just love how soft their shadows are. Like there's a lot of kick up, but they blend beautifully. And we'll see if this palette is, I'm like barely touching. I'm barely touching down. And look at that. Nomad might have my favorite mattes. I mean, those went down so fast. Like I barely had to blend. So I'm gonna grab the yellow, which is Old Faithful up here, and I'm gonna put that out on the edges and just blend it out a little bit. So out of my Nomad collection, Iceland has by far been my favorite. There's just such a beautiful variety in there, and the quality of shadows, they're so rich, you can go so deep. The shimmers are really unique and fun. So that has just, even after grabbing the other ones, still been the one that I grabbed for the most. But I do love these colors. This is very much a me color story. I like that the deep mattes are colorful. I like the variety of shimmers and just their quality. It can't be beat. All right, so that's bright and green. Okay, so I'm gonna grab the deepest green, which is a Blue Ridge Parkway, and just start to build that up on the outer corner and bring it through the crease. I mean, this packaging too is just so fun. It's all the little like luggage stickers from all the national parks. Such a cute idea. Oh, that's a pretty shade. I just love greens. Like any chance I have to do a greenish look, I'm going to take it. So I know Nomad after Shanghai is trying to kind of stay away from, you know, using other cultures for their themes. So I think this was a great step. I'm doing America's Parks, so I'm curious to see like which direction they'll take next. I know the owners are really passionate about animal rescue as well, but there are a lot of travel themes you can do just within the US. Oh, those are blending together beautifully. You know, maybe I won't. I'm not even gonna do a cut crease today. I don't feel like it. But those just blend effortlessly. Like, that's so fast. I would say it took me maybe 5 minutes total to lay all of those shadows down on both eyes combined, which is great. All right, so for the shimmers, so I want to use this Big Bend shade. I don't know how much it goes with the look. And then Ho Rainforest is the green marble shade. Oh, that's so pretty. Now watch me just sit here for a while and decide. Okay, and then Acadia Lighthouse is this blue shimmer. Oh, and it's got like a green tinge to it. Okay, so maybe I will, these are just so pretty. Okay, I know I already swatched, but I hope you can pick up all the shimmer and reflect from those. Okay, so Big Bend doesn't go with this look. I haven't decided yet if this is gonna be just a one look first impressions or if I'm gonna pop a second look in here. I feel like with the variety of shadows, I need to do more than one. I think I'll pop the green on the lid, and then maybe the blue on the outer part a little bit. Ooh, but then there's the yellow too. I forgot about the yellow. We're gonna do a gradient because I can't decide which one to use. So I'm going to go dark to light. So I'm gonna start with Acadia Lighthouse, and I'm just gonna pick these up with a finger. I find that the best way. And I'm gonna pop this out here. Oh, I hope you can see how shimmery those are. So I'm just gonna keep the blue out here. Oh, that's pretty. Same over here. And then I'm gonna go in with the green right on the center of the lid and pull that almost all the way to the inner corner. I maybe should have put down some glitter glue, but that's okay. Okay, I'm loving it so far. And then I'm gonna grab the yellow, which is Cuyahoga Valley. So that's this yellow shimmer right there. It has like a little bit of a pink reflect. It doesn't show that much in the pan, but I'm gonna pop this right in here and kind of drag it a little into the green for a little brightness. I'm gonna go in one more time with the dark tealy green and just blend out here. And after today, I am officially on summer break. I do have like an all-week training next week, but that's different. It doesn't count. So that means I can go as crazy as I want every day with my makeup. So, all right, I think I'm gonna stop there on the lid. I really like how all of those blended together, especially the mattes, but the shimmers are so pretty too. I just love Nomad's formula. I'm gonna go off camera and do all of my face products, and I will be back to finish up with the eyeshadow. All right, so I went in with all my face products. Details are on my Instagram if you are interested, but it's kind of the typical stuff I've been using. But diving back into the eyeshadows, so I think for the lower lash line, I've been going in with this a lot, but it's from the Raw Beauty Christy collection with ColourPop, and it is Spare Time, but it's a really pretty green with kind of a tealish tinge, so I'm gonna pop this on. I really like the ColourPop cream gel liners for the waterline. They are super pigmented, they don't irritate my eyes, and they stay in place pretty well. So getting back into the shadows, I'm gonna grab just a flat packing brush, and I'm gonna go in with that deepest green and just start to build that up. Oh, that's such a pretty shade. All right, and then I'm gonna grab like a fluffier packing brush, and I'm gonna go in with the yellow and buff that out. And for the inner corner, I'm gonna go in with the yellow shimmer and just pop that in, drag it under a little bit. Just like so. All right, so I think I'm done with the shadows, and I'm really liking all the dimension that I got with those. That's really fun. I'm gonna go off camera and do my liner and mascara, find a lip, and I'll be back. All right, I'm back with the final look. What do we think? I went in with some liner and mascara, and then for lips, I went in with a Rare Beauty Lip Souffle, one of my favorite formulas. Excited now that masks are hopefully becoming a thing of the past. This will be something I can start to wear again. It's a very soft formula. It has like a matte, soft matte finish, but it is not transfer proof under the masks. So yeah, and this is the shade Fearless. So my first impression, I mean, it's probably obvious, I'm already obsessed with this. I've loved every Nomad palette that I've tried, and this is no exception. The mattes are just super plush and smooth. They're blendable, but they keep their pigment. The shimmers are just very sparkly and shimmery, and some really unique shifts in there. I don't know if you can see like the little bit of pink glitter that's coming through from that yellow shade. Like it looked in the pan like just a plain yellow, but when you kind of shift it, you can see a little bit of a pink shift, but I really like this. So here's my first look, and here comes look number 2. All right, I'm back for a second look. I'm officially on summer break, so yay. So with my first look, I really stuck to the greens, actually almost the whole top row minus the purple and then these 2 greens. So I really want to use this shade right here, Big Bend. It looks so basic in the pan, but then when you swatch it, it has this really beautiful pink shift to it. So I need to use that. So I think I'm gonna try some kind of halo eye, maybe really sticking just in this column. We'll see. We'll see which direction I go. I'm already all primed up, so I'm gonna dive right in. And I'm gonna start with kind of a small crease brush, and I'm gonna grab that kind of purpley plum shade, which is South Rim. And I'm gonna pop that kind of on the outer and inner part of each eye. Not too much kick up on this shade. It's a pretty plummy shade. It does seem a little drier than the mattes that I played with before, but it's blending out just fine. So I guess the trick is using a shade like this and not looking like you have a bruise on your eye. One thing I forgot to do in the first look is to use a little bit of the NYX glitter primer under the shimmers. However, they still stayed in place really well. So I think it would have just added to the impact a little bit, but not really a big deal. That is a really pretty shade. Again, not as much kick up in this shade compared to the greens. And this is taking a little more building, but again, I don't have an issue with that with some of these darker shades. I would rather be able to take my time and really build up a shade than to go in too heavy and have a hard time kind of coming back from that. Alright, so you can kind of see the start of that. So I think I've said this in videos before when I've tried kind of the halo style look. I'm not a makeup artist, so I'm sure there's a correct way and I'm not doing it. I just try to recreate looks that I've seen the best I can. And whatever I do to get there is what I do to get there. Right, and then I'm just gonna kind of sweep across the top to kind of connect those a little bit. Alright, so there's that first shade laid down. With this shade, a shade like this, it's kind of, I don't know, looks a little bruisey, but I'm hoping by the end it'll all come together. Alright, so I want to deepen that a little bit. And I guess that purple really is the deepest shade. So maybe I'm going to pop into the brown and just kind of pack that in a little bit to see if it adds a little dimension there. Okay, now this one is a soft, super soft shade. So I'm not going to take it out too far. I'm just really going to focus it right in kind of these little pockets without buffing them out towards the edge. So I just want a little dimension within that purple. I'm just really excited to use that Big Bend shade. All right, so there we go with that. I'm gonna go into that purple shade one more time just to buff those together a little better. I'm gonna pull it out a bit. And then I think I'll stop there with the mattes. Alright, so before I go in with that Big Bend shade, I have my NYX glitter primer, and I'm just going to go in with a little bit of that and a finger and just kind of tap that into the open space right here. And then while it's still tacky, I'm going to grab Big Bend on my finger and start to tap that there. Oh, that's a really pretty shade. I don't really think I've done many neutral-ish looks with Nomad. I guess I don't know if you would consider this neutral, being that it's kind of plummy purple, but okay. I hope that dimension shows up because it's like super brown coppery in the pan, but that pink shift is really pretty. Alright, so this is feeling very smoky, which is fun. Again, just really hoping that the dimension of that shade is showing up. Now, I feel like I need something kind of in the center of the lid, so I'm gonna grab the Narrows, which is this shimmer down here. I'm gonna grab a small brush and see if I can pick up a little bit and just like tap that like a tiny bit right in the center. I don't know how well that will show on camera. Okay, it added a nice little highlight right in the middle. And then I'm just gonna blend out the shimmer on the edge with the purple just one more time. Just so everything is nicely blended together. Having like a little bit of sticking over here. I don't know if you can see that kind of patchy piece. I don't know why that's happening. Maybe I'll try the brown one more time there. Like my eye's not watering or anything, so I don't know why that's kind of sticking. Well, I think I'm gonna stop here on the lid. I'm gonna go off camera, do all of my face products, and I will be back to finish up with the shadows. All right, I'm back. I went in with all my face products. If I look extra pasty, it's because I'm almost out of my Fenty Eavesdrop, which I feel like is my perfect shade right now. So I'm trying to like only use it when I'm actually going out places where people will see me. Tonight I'm only going over to my sister's house to watch In the Heights. which I'm really excited about, but the Uoma is definitely more of a winter shade for me, so I still love the foundation. I love how it looks, but maybe a little pasty. That's okay. I'm gonna go in just with a brown on the waterline. This is Call Me from ColourPop. All right, so I feel like with my pale skin, I look really like vampy right now, but that's okay. I'm going to kind of layer the purple and the brown together on the lower lash line. I'm gonna start with the purple and just kind of build that up. And then I'll go over that with the brown. I know that looks a little crazy right now. I don't really have anything light to buff it out with, so I'm gonna dip into Juvia's Place palette just to grab a white and just kind of buff that out a little bit. This looks dramatic. I probably won't do too much neutral from this palette because I do really like Nomad's colorful mattes, but this is, I would consider this neutral for me. I know it's kind of plummy, but close enough to a neutral, right? All right, and then just to kind of keep that halo going to the bottom, I'm gonna dip into Big Bend, try to pick a good amount up on the brush, and then kind of tap it right underneath. So I don't know how well that shows on camera, but just kind of under where the halo is up top. I think I got glitter in my eye. And just a little bit of that Narrows shade right in the center. All right, again, I don't know how well that shows on camera because it's such a small area, but in person I can see that shimmer underneath and it's really fun. All right, so I think I'm done with shadows. I'm gonna go off camera and do liner and mascara, find a lip, and I'll be back with the finished look and kind of the breakdown of my initial thoughts of this palette. All right, I'm back and this is quite dramatic. I feel like if I was actually going somewhere, I would probably add lashes to this look, but I'm lazy, so I'm not going to. I'm wearing another Rare Beauty lipstick, and this is the brown shade Thrilling, and I got it because I saw a lot of beautiful looks with brown lipstick. I don't know if I quite pull it off. I don't know. I feel like it looks kind of funny on me, but I felt like it went with the look better than anything I have. I didn't really want to go just like with a straight up nude lip. Yeah, let me know what you think. This feels very like goth to me. There we go. So my initial thoughts on the palette, I mean, I really love how it performs. I will say this purple matte is definitely not as soft as what I'm used to with the Nomad mattes and with everything else that I've used so far. So, I mean, so far I think I have a pretty good idea because I've used the entire top row and then 2 shades in the middle. But I used 2 shades on the bottom plus this 3 shades on the bottom. So I've used 5, 6, 7. So I've used 10 out of the 15 shades. So maybe I'll have to do a look like using these next. I love Nomad. I love their quality. You really can't beat it. And I don't really know what I love more, their mattes or their shimmers, because their shimmers do have just like this beautiful sparkle to them. I hope it picks up on camera. But yeah, so far, so good. So thank you so much for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you soon.